Keep your radio dial right here. You're locked into the hottest news station on the planet. High 702.5 in FM sound. Blazing today's hip hop, R&B, and pop music. Keeping your radio on fire. Bringing you the hottest, realest, riskiest talk shows live 24/7 on high7025fm.com.
What's going on, everybody? It's your main man, 360, the poet from the Morning Wood, and I'm here to talk to you about the Sci-Fi Center. It's your Vegas home for science fiction, horror, and fantasy. From comic books, toys, and posters to movie screenings and live events, they've got you covered. Located at 900 Cameron Avenue, Suite B209, give them a call, 702-900-4335, or reach them at thescificenter.com.
I was fooling y'all. I knew what was going on. I thought y'all could hear me in y'all thoughts. Because, I thought y'all think about me so much y'all couldn't wait till Wednesday came back. But welcome back. We're here, alive and alive. All right. How have y'all week been? Me, personally, it's been a mellow kind of, I want to say melodramatic, but it's been a little melodramatic, I guess I can say. But let's talk about the positive things from the week. Like, I've been doing these weddings for work, and the more I do, the more experience I get. The more experience I get, the more weddings I get, which means the more money I get, the more business I get, the more I have a chance to put my name out there, which is great. I'm loving all the different varieties of characters I get to portray. It gives me so much, how do I say that? It gives me so many tools to put on my tool belt. Whenever you hear that I've learned a new trait or ability, I'll always say it's a new tool to put on my tool belt. I learned that from an old friend, and I like that saying, so I'm going to continue to use it. Other than that, I have, so for the past few months, because I knew, birthdays, holiday season was coming up, like I've been just in grind mode, just working nonstop completely. And I feel like I haven't spent as much time with the kids as I like, also because of the fact that school kicked back in, and with my off days, they're in school on my off days, and on the weekends I'm at work, right? So that sucks. And when I say I'm at work from 11 a.m. to midnight. So it's kind of like I'm taking up the entire days and weekends at work. So we never really get to spend too much time together. And I may sneak in some time after when they get out of school, on the off days and stuff like that. But it's just not the same, you know what I mean? I'm used to like having them at least for one full day, on my off days. And then possibly the other day, maybe they are, busy or doing other things, or maybe we running errands. But not having that has just been really like weighing on me heavy. So this past week, I decided to get all their school and stuff from work a little early, and we ended up taking Monday. They took Monday off of school just so I can actually spend time with them, have some fun with the kiddos. We spent the entire day together, and it was needed. It was very much needed. I was so happy that we finally got that time with each other. I miss my kids, man. They're pretty cool kids, and they're pretty funny, and I love them to death. So I was pretty down that not having to spend some time with them. So since I've been spending a little bit more time than I can or than I could before with them, which is why I'm trying to also alter my schedule off for one day out the week, so I can actually have one day off from everything, and I can just actually have it with the kiddos. So that'll be cool. It'll be pretty cool. Also, we were talking about the fact that Thanksgiving is coming up, and me, I don't mind doing Thanksgiving like I do every other time. I'll cook for my household, you know what I mean? I'll cook for whoever's in the house. So if the kids decide that they're going to be with me for Thanksgiving, then I'll cook over there, I'll make sure we have Thanksgiving, and it looks great. It feels great. It's amazing. I'm actually doing some redecorating for the living room as we speak, so it'll be great. It'll be nice. I can't wait. I'm excited. I'm pretty happy about this coming up. But also, before Thanksgiving, it is my baby, my youngest daughter. Her birthday is coming up, so we have to take care of that for her, get her birthday out the way, get it situated, and then have Thanksgiving about 6-7 days later, a week later. And yeah, so, I'm just happy I have a job. that gives me decent hours to the point where I can take care of home, because otherwise I'd be stressed this month. Also, I started Christmas shopping last month or the month before, I can't remember. But if y'all start early, man, these holidays will be a breeze. I'm telling you, it'll take so much off your plate. Just get little small things that they need, things they don't have. Like, even if it's clothes and you're worried about them outgrowing, that's why you order it in a bigger size. Just so when that time comes, you ain't got to worry about it. You know, like, you get it all out the way in the last few months of the year. So that way the last month of the year, you can really relax and enjoy your family and enjoy time. Because every single year, the one thing I've gotten asked on more than one occasion is, why don't you stress out for the holiday season? Because I start the holiday season in August. That's why. I get prepared for it in August. You know, I get the necessities they need, like clothes and stuff like that. Little toys and things they may want, I'll pick up here and there when I can. And I hide it all so well. There's a place in my home that my kids know not to step foot in. And there's a closet in that place. So I hide it so well, they'll never be able to see anything. So I'm not worried about it. You know, I never worry about it. I never concern myself. But I also plan ahead because I know how tough the holiday season can get. Like, we all out here, you know, trying to make it happen, trying to make it work. Like, y'all don't need to stress and feel bad over the fact that y'all just out here trying to be parents. Because regardless, you know, you got to get bills out the way, right? You got to get bills out the way. So don't make it hard on yourself and try to get bills and everything else out the way at the same time. Break it up. It's okay to break it up. It's okay to make a plan. It's okay to have it to a place where you need it, or to put things in a different place, different perspective. Sorry. Put things in a different perspective. Don't feel like it all relies on, I have to do Christmas all in December. Because as I just told y'all, I got 4 of them things. 4 kids. Since my son, my firstborn, that's the way I've operated. I start early, so when it comes around, I'm not stressing about if I should be cold without power for 3 days just because I had to buy these presents for my kid. No, I'm looking at if I should turn the AC or the heat on at the moment, you know, while we watch this Christmas movie. That's what I'm looking at, you know what I mean? Because I prepared and I planned ahead. I'm just trying to let y'all know, sometimes we stress as parents when we don't need to. Y'all do a great job. If anything, if you know you ain't gonna be able to do nothing, man, I say go the old route. When they wake up on Christmas morning, make sure you have bow ties or the Christmas ties on the light switch, on the water faucet, on the front door, they room, everything, whatever it is. Hey, Merry Christmas. You got a place and all of this stuff to use again for a year. Be funny with it. You know, let them know, hey, unfortunately, couldn't give you nothing new, but look at all of the stuff you do have, right? Be a comedian. That's what I would have done. So with these holidays being here, man, y'all relax. Like, we deserve to relax and take a break, okay? And I'm only saying that because these past, these past few weeks, maybe few month or two, like, mentally I've just been in and out of it, you know what I mean? In and out of it. And I'm stressing and worried about things that I don't even need to worry about, don't even need to stress about, don't even need to think about. But honestly, I couldn't help but find myself doing it. You know, and it's been taking a toll on me mentally. It's been taking a heavy toll on me. And I've just been wanting to find a way to kind of just like relax, you know? And fortunately for me, it came around the time holiday season is here, which is when I'm at my best for relaxing because everything has already been planned for, and any little small bumps in the road typically can be worked out with enough time, you know? So this is like when I can actually calm down. So it's just making me see like there are so many other people right now that are around me that aren't as calm as I am because the holidays are here. And the biggest thing I hear is because they got to get stuff for the kids. I say this as a parent that takes care of their children. Fuck them kids. And I mean that, like, take care of yourself, because if you don't take care of you, who's going to be here to take care of them kids? People are not going to love your kids and treat your kids the way you will. You know, take a break, you know, set a plan, budget, you know. Also, I'm going to hold y'all accountable. Don't be going out every weekend and telling me you stressing about taking care of the holidays. You wasn't stressing Friday night when you was out at the club with Keisha and them. You was having the time of your life. You know what I mean? Or when you was out at the seafood boil, whatever the case may be, whatever it is. You wasn't stressed then, you know. I be wanting to go out all the time. But I'm not finna just call off of work just to go out. Because that one day at work cost me $200. You know what I mean? I can't be doing that. No, No. Look at the bigger picture. But some of y'all will sit here and blow your money one week, and then the next week talk about you struggling or you ain't got it down packed. When, in all fairness, I don't think that's the case. I think you've been a little irresponsible. You know what I mean? There's a difference between being irresponsible and actually just, shit just happening. Shit just happening because, somebody could be just got their money for rent, $1,300 money order, and they walk into the front office and get robbed right in front of the office. They were so happy to get ready to hand it over 10 steps away, and they got robbed right there. Shit just happens. But it's different between you going to go buy some new shoes and, you wanted to go buy some new clothes and get some jewelry, maybe, whatever it is. So you spent all your money. Now you need that money to pay rent. That's being irresponsible versus shit just happening. But, who am I? Also, one thing that I've wanted to talk about before I move on to the actual first thing, I wanted to talk about co-parenting. Well, that ties into the next subject, actually, co-parenting. A lot of people, I don't understand why y'all have so many issues with people that co-parent. I really don't. And I got a few good reasons to break that down for you, because I'm going to get into that topic. But one thing I want to talk about with co-parenting, one thing I've stopped doing, though, is I stopped oversharing when it comes to co-parenting. And that's not to the other parent. Like if I'm talking to somebody, whether it's conversation or dating, whatever the case may be, I don't overshare everything that me and my co-parent do with each other, because I don't got time for the projecting, So family events, holidays come around, pumpkin patch, stuff like that. Yes, we do that as a family. Halloween was just here. We just all went trick-or-treating together. Nothing is going to stop any of that from happening. See, the problem is why I stopped oversharing all that information, though, is because people tend to take that and they make it a negative thing. They project the fact that you get along so well with the co-parent that theirs isn't even trying to get to that level of stability with them. So they want to project as if their co-parenting experience should be yours. And with all due respect, the way me and my kid's mom co-parent, y'all are never going to co-parent like us. Y'all not us. Y'all different people. We'll never co-parent like y'all. Y'all two different people. And just because y'all are not there yet doesn't mean y'all can't get there, But for the most, people actually aren't there. And they project that the fact that you're there, they project that everything else is going on, but the fact that y'all are great co-parents. I don't have to worry about arguing or fighting. Like, don't get me wrong. We were there before. You know what I mean? We've been there before. We were down that road. We had that experience. We have 4 kids now. We've had that experience where it wasn't the best. I'm not saying it was never gonna be like that. It was at first. It was like that, and we grew. We used to have petty arguments that didn't matter, bullshit arguments, dragging other people in there that didn't even need to be concerned. Like we've been through all of that, but we don't do that anymore. We learn, like, we're the parents here. We can communicate with each other, and we can do it in a way that doesn't attack each other or insult each other. We've gotten to the level of respect with each other that when it comes to the kids, everything else goes out the window. We worry about the children, okay? But just to relate, like, I've been there, okay? I've been in a situation where I feel like, nah, we ain't gonna never be able to co-parent because this and that, whatever attitude may be, whatever this may be, whatever is going on. When you learn to take your feelings out of it, it's so much easier to get through it all, I swear. It's the fact that everyone wants to be petty and wants to be in their feelings and forget that it's all about the kids. It's not about you. So I'm going to tell you that without saying sorry, because I'm not going to apologize for letting you know a fact. Get out your feelings and worry about the child. And you ain't got to worry about it, You'll get there sooner than later. Because this whole idea of is it good or bad, why are y'all even asking that question? Co-parenting is a great thing. That shouldn't be a question at all. I don't understand, for the simple fact of a generation where most of us, grew up in broken homes or, single parent homes. How can we sit up here and worry about the fact on if co-parenting is good or bad? And I think part of that is over the fact that some of us didn't grow up in an environment where we saw healthy co-parenting, And my instance, like, I didn't know what that looked like. My parents didn't really co-parent with each other. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't see that healthy form of co-parenting. I just, I kind of just saw my mom doing it. You know what I mean? Like, she went to work and paid the bills. I mean, yeah, she got married when I was about 8 or 9, you know, and she got help after that. But for the most part, like, you know, when I first coming out, all I seen was her grinding. So, I didn't see nobody helping her. And then I did see somebody helping her. And I saw a great instance of, you know, what a good partnership looks like. You know what I mean? When you go half with each other, when you help each other, when you take care of each other. When I say go half, I mean it in the whole instance of taking care of each other, not just financially. Because I say that and y'all run wild. That's crazy. But that's what I saw. You know what I mean? Later on down the road. But still, when it came to co-parenting between her and my dad, like, again, he was the best magician on this side of the Mississippi. He had the best disappearing act. You know what I mean? So, to me, I never knew what it looked like. So growing up and me becoming a parent, of course that was going to be a struggle. That was going to be a roadblock for me that I had, was co-parenting, because I never saw a healthy form of it. I didn't know what it was. I had to learn it by going through it. So, yes, and I'm not saying every single statement, every single thing I've said or done was right as a co-parent, because maybe sometimes I wasn't considering the other parents' feelings, and I was just like, fuck it, it's what I say goes. You know, maybe I was like that sometimes. Maybe sometimes I did have Justin feeling a certain type of way about some things. I was never the perfect co-parent, and I'm probably still not the perfect co-parent, but I am doing my best at growing with their mom, so that way we can be there for the kids. You know what I mean? Some of you will just not get that on some days, and some of you will, which the ones that will is because you've gotten there too. You understand, like, hey, sometimes it is just about the kids. Sometimes you can make it work, and sometimes you can have a healthy co-parenting. You know what I mean? And what was the other thing that they said? Damn, I forgot. But I like to say it like this: healthy co-parenting is beneficial to the kids, most importantly the children. They get to see both their parents being there for them, to just be supportive and nothing more. Just to love and support them. That's what they do get to see. You know, teamwork does make the dream work. A lot of y'all don't really believe in that statement. I don't know why you don't believe in it, because if you want to be a team and you want to grow with these kids, you got to learn to be a team. You got to learn to let every teammate in on the plan. You can have a team of 5 and you only telling 4 or the other 3 what the plan is by leaving one out. Because then that other person is going to fuck up the entire plan because they don't know what's going on. And it's not intentional. They just trying to help. They just trying to help. So teamwork makes the dream work. You got to be there to let the other person in so y'all can do this for the kids. It's not for y'all. It's not for yourselves. It's not for you, not for them. It's for the kids. And it benefits all of you. Fortunately, it benefits everyone in this situation when you do it for the kids. I swear. Like family activities. Like, you're not going to sit up here and make me feel bad for doing family activities with the kids and their mom. I will never feel bad about nothing like that. You know why? Because we have had peace and we have had great relationships, or a great relationship because of it. You're not about to come in and interrupt something that's been going well because you can't get over a jealousy factor that you may have, right? And then y'all got to talking about, well, you know, oh, that was the one. If they co-parent and they co-fucking. And so what if they is? So what? What are you going to do about it? You talking about somebody you talking to or dating, and I guarantee in the last 6 months there was somebody else you've been talking to or dating or fucking on to. Probably still is, that you just won't say. So what? If you so worried about that, how about you make them your partner? How about y'all make it official and let them know, hey, from here on out it's me and you. Have that conversation, right? Because what y'all like to say, well, you know, if I ain't married, I'm single, or whatever that shit y'all be talking. Y'all sitting up here talking about, oh, she probably with a BD, she probably still fucking on it. Well, how about you make her your girlfriend and tell her y'all done fucking with anybody else but each other? See how that works out. See where that goes. Now, if you catch them messing around after that, hey, man, I apologize if that advice got you in that situation, but I mean, that's crazy. That's wild. There was more than one red flag for you to avoid that. But in the instance of it all, like, you know, y'all talking about, oh, he's still messing with his. Okay, well, how about you tell him you want him to be you want to be his and only his? How about you make that, you know, statement so that way you can see if he wants to take it further with you or not, right? Get in right then and there, because you know what's going to happen. One or two things. Y'all are either going to leave that person alone, or you're going to continue to deal with that person. And when you continue to deal with that person after they've made that statement to you, or after you made that statement to them, you understand that regardless of how you may have felt or what you may have said, they're going to continue doing it. So at that point, if it happens later on and you see it or catch it, you can't blame nobody but yourself. You can't, because you saw it clear as day and you still let it happen. You still let it happen. So either be about your business or just stop complaining, because there's an issue or a resolution to everything that you talk about. There really is. But people are so scared to have these uncomfortable conversations, y'all don't want to bring it up at all, over the sheer fact of thinking, well, they may leave me. What's so bad about somebody leaving you after you expressed to them you wanted to be with them or you wanted to deal with them on a deeper level or a higher level, whatever the case may be? What's so bad about them leaving you? They did you a good job. They made sure your feelings will not be played with or manipulated. That is a great thing. Let them leave. That's okay. You may be, you may be a little hurt. You may, be down, but it's only temporary. Like they say, there's plenty of fish in the sea, right? Plenty of fish in the sea. So don't let that be something that kind of just tears you down. All in all, I will never feel bad for having a healthy relationship with my co-parent. I will never feel bad for that. Because as long as these kids continue to strive and grow and know what love is and support, I'm going to continue to be there. And I don't care what it is. It could be to the point where, she may need help with some bills or something. I'll be there to help, because at the end of the day, my kids be there with her. My kids are over there. So if she ain't good, my kids ain't good. If I ain't good, my kids ain't good. So regardless of what the statement may be, no matter what it is, I let it be known right now. If that's going to ever be an issue, just say hi and bye. Call it a day. You know what I mean? Don't waste my time. Don't waste yours. Because the way that me and my co-parent is, it's amazing and it's great, and nothing needs to change. Nothing needs to change about that. No drama needs to come in between it. No petty bullshit. No nothing. We've worked very hard to get to this point. And I know a lot of y'all out there the same way. Y'all probably will stop dealing with somebody if they try to come in between the way you co-parent. You should. You should always do that. Unless you got an unhealthy way of co-parenting, hey, maybe they are just trying to look out. Especially if they have kids of their own, they're just trying to look out. If they don't have kids, they shouldn't even be having a conversation with you. Tell them to stay in their lane. Respectfully. But if it's unhealthy and they have kids, they just probably trying to look out for you. They probably trying to save you some time. The other day, there was a guy that came into my store at work, or came into my job, and he talked about co-parenting with his kid's mom. And I told him, I said, I completely get it, man. I completely get it. But I tell you what, I used to be the same way. And I realized that every action doesn't require a reaction. Like, you don't have to act on every single thing. I said, do yourself a favor one time. When something may not be going your way, or you feel like, you want to yell or trip about it, just calmly be like, okay, and just walk away. Let it go. Leave it alone. See how much better it plays out for you. Like I told him, I said, sometimes a reaction is what's needed. And when you take that out of the equation, then you'll both see that, they'll see you didn't react, which lets them know you're doing this because of the kids. You are trying to be there for the children. So you have calmed your reactions. And I say time and time again, when they see that, eventually you'll be invited to the table. And I know it may suck to say that as a man, but it says it like this. What I mean by that is, now when you're at the table, you kind of get the seat at the head of the table in a way. You don't have to worry about being left out, because everything's brought to you first. Because at that point, when people see that your reactions have stopped and they notice you're not feeding into bullshit, they kind of stop trying to poke at you. You know what I mean? They just stop trying to poke at you. And this was just advice I got from a friend when I was going through it. You know what I mean? People just want to poke the bear. But when you show them even poking you cannot get you, then they understand that, all right, he's too smart to just let poking anger him. You know what I mean? And the more you do it, the more they see all of that drama, all of the BS. I'm not here for. I'm kind of here to worry about the little one, or little ones in some cases, like mine, little ones. So be gone. So if y'all can kind of learn to stop reacting, because when you react, to me, this is my opinion, when you react, you automatically lost, because you gave them what they wanted, a reaction. And in my mind, I don't like losing. I love lessons. I'll take L's for lessons, but I don't like losing. So in my mind, I needed to take control and become the winner. You know what I mean? I needed to take control, and I needed to show them that even though I won, I wouldn't showboat it. I don't need a trophy for it. I don't need an award. I don't need to have anything shown. That I just want it to be known that winning means nothing. It doesn't mean anything. Because again, teamwork makes the dream work. So why am I trying to win against the person I'm raising the same kids with? Right? Whole different perspective. Then you become to see like, all right, maybe I can stop being such an asshole about this, and maybe that'll help with this. Or maybe I can approach this conversation in this way, and that'll take away this from the conversation, so that's not brought in. You know what I mean? You'll start to be able to analyze the conversation more so how you both can benefit from it, rather than you just getting your way. And that's mom or dad, regardless of what you want to say. That's mom or dad. There are a lot of things that I stand firm on that I have to take myself out of the equation for and actually have the conversation with their mother, right? The viewpoint I come from at first is the viewpoint of, a basic standard viewpoint. Now, if we agree, and it's something I feel on a deeper level, only if we agree, I'll bring it up and let her know why I felt that way. The reason why I say only if we agree is because I don't want, when we don't agree, I don't want what my feelings on a deeper level, because what I feel isn't my kids' feelings. That they didn't go through what I went through. I don't want that to influence her decision making to kind of go back and say, hey, okay, you know what, you're right, let's talk about this, let's talk about that, let's do it this way instead, because now I can see where you're coming from. I don't think that's fair to the kids. You know what I mean? I don't think that's fair to them. I think they should have their own experiences growing up, and I don't think what I went through should hold them back from that, right? Simple as that. So again, co-parenting, stop having that conversation. You'll get there one day. You have to get there, because it's not about you anymore. It's about the kids. And y'all make it seem like it's a headache, but I swear it'll be so much easier if you just take the feelings out of it and be an adult and sit down and have these conversations with each other. You'll see how easy it really is to co-parent. You really will. I swear. When you take you out of it and you realize you and them are not the main topic, the kids are, and that's the pedestal that they need to be on, you'll get through it easier. I'm telling you. Take it from your boy. I've been there before. Now that I've gotten that all out the way, another thing is with, like I told y'all earlier, lately I've just been on this, I don't know, man. I don't really know how to explain it, but it's like a overwhelming emotional roller coaster with just life in general for the last couple months. Like I've been very distant to people, and y'all know me, man. Don't take it the wrong way. Please don't take it the wrong way. I'm not distant, because I want to be. It's not like, actually I don't want to be. I don't want to conversate sometimes. I don't want to talk. I just kind of be in my own little world. And I don't want you to take that personal. I don't want anyone to take that personal, because I just be needing time to myself. Like, I do a lot, whether it's being a father, whether it's going to work, whether it's, one of the side jobs I have or side gigs. I'm consistently just dishing out energy every single where I go. I'm just dishing it out. And when it comes to sleep, I don't get that much sleep as I used to, man. I don't get as much sleep as I used to. And, I am getting a little older. I'm in my 30s now. I say that with grace. I say that happily. I'm in my 30s now. And I just got to, I probably got to get better at being in shape a little more. But, for right now, I've been exhausted, mentally, physically, emotionally. I've just been exhausted, man. I'm putting everything out there, and I'm trying to learn how to rest. I'm trying to learn how to be calm in certain situations again. I've been having this feeling of not being motivated to do anything. Like, I've been putting all my hobbies and goals on a hold, and I don't know why I'm doing that. Like, that's just, I go through these little moments and that happens, and I just keep telling myself, like, why do you do that? Why are you placing your goals and hobbies on hold because of a certain mindset you have at the moment, but you be more consistent in those goals and hobbies, you can distract yourself from that mindset. And I think that's where my issue becomes is I don't want to distract myself. Like I want to attack it head on. And some things just may not be something you can attack head on. Some things you may have to attack in small bits and pieces and over time. And maybe I'm learning that, but we'll see. We definitely will see. I've just been going by this day-by-day routine lately. And as long as I wake up, man, I smile. You know what I mean? I got through another day. It may be tough out here, but it's I smile. But talking about that, it's a lot of people that kind of be in my position, and they are definitely feeling the same way. They feeling like they have mental exhaustion. They don't really know where to go, what to do. So I pulled up, me. I always got to look for some research and some articles, try to find some stuff that's fairly new. This one is from March of this year, and it pretty much is from healthline.com is the website I put it up on. It really goes over how to treat and prevent mental exhaustion. Basically, really burnouts too, because I think I'm just in sort of a burnout right now. And I think just like maybe a day or two vacation out of town will help. Maybe I'll go to California soon or something, take a drive out there. You may be able to prevent mental burnout by adopting certain habits, including getting enough sleep, taking care of your basic needs, and reaching out for professional support if you need it. What is mental exhaustion? Well, you probably feel tired and drained after intense physical activity, right? Well, long periods of intense mental activity can wear you out too. To put it simply, mental exhaustion can happen when your brain receives too much stimulation or has to maintain an intense level of activity without rest. And y'all, I'm an avid overthinker. Like my brain is going a mile a minute every single time. You tell me something and I think about every possible outcome to that situation. You might notice mental exhaustion, sometimes called mental fatigue, if you often work or study for long hours with few or no breaks. Yikes. Spend a lot of time each day dealing with overwhelming responsibilities, live with mental health symptoms, or devote a lot of mental energy each day to thinking through problems, worries, or other sources of stress. Now, it's not uncommon to feel physically fatigued from time to time, and the same holds true for mental fatigue. Still lingering mental fatigue can affect your ability to think, solve problems, or process and regulate emotions. Eventually, it can even lead to challenges in your daily life and in relationships. Now below we'll explore mental exhaustion more in depth, plus offer tips to help maintain and prevent it. Mainly what I got from a lot of this, it kind of goes over, what do you say? I guess I'm going to just read this little part because it kind of better explains this. Generally speaking, mental tends to refer to cognitive skills like thinking, memory, decision-making, and problem-solving. Emotional, on the other hand, has to do with feelings, including your ability to identify, process, and express them. Now, you might notice emotional exhaustion when navigating difficult, painful, or unwanted feelings such as grief, sadness, anger, loneliness, anxiety. Both mental and emotional exhaustion can leave you feeling detached, unmotivated, apathetic, and trapped. The challenges you're facing might seem impossible to overcome, and you might feel too drained to keep trying. If burnout comes to mind, you're on the right track. Burnout can stem from emotional and mental fatigue. And I just think that's what I'm on right now. I'm on a little burnout, but I need it to be over because I'm ready to get back to work, which is why I pulled up this particular article in the next one for ways to help. Now, the signs of mental exhaustion often begin to appear gradually, but you might notice they seem to creep up more quickly during times of extreme stress. Yeah. When your brain is working harder than usual. In other words, mental and emotional signs. One major sign of mental exhaustion, you feel far less than usual and find it challenging to focus, even when it comes to everyday or routine tasks. Other signs include feelings of depression, including a persistent sad, low, or hopeless mood. Lingering feelings of anxiety, difficulty caring about anything, a sense of detachment, cynicism, or pessimism, anger or irritability, difficulty processing and managing emotions, a sense of dread, a decline in motivation or productivity. Oh, that's me. Feeling lethargic or slowed down in movements or responses. Difficulty concentrating, remembering information, putting thoughts together, or completely work correctly. Damn. Now, one thing I'll say to this, because when I have these conversations with people, they tend to think that I'm speaking on it to be negative, like I'm going to call it a rap, you know what I mean? Like I'm going to call up to old boy and say, hey, I'm coming. No, I'm not. I say the things like this because I'm not in a mood where I want to off myself. That's not the case. It's more of a mood of I just don't feel like doing anything, right? That means anything. I don't feel like killing myself either. I don't feel like doing anything, right? I shouldn't be playing like that, but really, I don't. Why is it taken in a way that I can't just relax? Like I may just want a day off. And the reason I speak on it so heavily is because I want people to see that it's not a problem to express how you feel. And it doesn't have to be negative. You can talk about it, speak about it so that way people understand. Sometimes I try to relate. You know what I mean? Like when you're tired, you're tired. But don't think I'm ever doing it to make you feel sympathy for me, right? Or even empathy. I really don't care. It's really just, well, I guess empathy would be more the thing because it's more so of, I get it. Not so much, I feel bad for you. You know what I mean? So don't take it and run it with it to something it's not. You know what I mean? Just don't. I do it as a sign of comfortability. That I know I can be cool, calm, and collective around you, and I can relate with you without having to worry about being judged, in a way. Just had to put that out there. Now, physical signs of mental exhaustion can extend to your physical health, contributing to symptoms that don't have a clear cause. Now, you might notice head and body aches, upset stomach, sleep issues including chronic fatigue, drowsiness, and insomnia. Changes in appetite and weight. I haven't had that for a while, so I'm happy about that. Frequent illness such as colds and flu, a general sense of unwellness. Behavioral signs, ongoing mental exhaustion can begin to affect your everyday activities and behavior. You might find yourself constantly putting off tasks at school, work, or around the house, or notice a decline in your performance at work or school. You may drink alcohol or use other substances to help manage symptoms. Well, you start to avoid people you usually enjoy spending time with. My bad, y'all. My bad. Now feel irritable or distracted around others and have trouble paying attention during interactions. Have trouble managing responsibilities or keeping personal or work commitments. Find yourself calling out of work or school more often. And that's crazy. Now, this talks about stress or mental exhaustion. And I don't think y'all understand how well... Sorry, let me rephrase this statement. No, I'm going to say it like that. How well they mix together to be one hell of a thing. Like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? They go together like two peas in a fucking pot. Nearly everyone experiences stress from time to time. It's the body's natural reaction to new, overwhelming, or scary situations. This biological response results in a surge of hormones, including adrenaline and cortisol, that help you respond to perceived threats and high-pressure situations that require quick thinking. Once you've dealt with or removed the stressor, your body's hormones should go back to typical levels. But chronic or long-term stress can play a role in mental exhaustion. That I didn't know. How... I didn't know that the chronic or long-term stress can play a role in mental exhaustion. That explains a lot. When you continue to face a challenge or set of challenges that activate your body's stress response, your cortisol levels remain high. Eventually too high, cortisol levels can interfere with normal body processes, such as digestion, sleep, and immune system function. In short, if you don't feel well and aren't getting enough rest, your brain doesn't have the chance it needs to recharge and reset. Physical exhaustion versus mental exhaustion. You might feel physically exhausted after an intense workout or other physical activity. When you get several nights of interrupted or inadequate sleep, and that's me like every other day, if you have a physically demanding job or during an illness or while recovering from one. Yet physical and mental exhaustion can also play off each other, so if you're dealing with one, there's a good chance you might also start to notice the other. Whoa. That's crazy. I'm going to move on to the next one just because I don't want to forget it. And I'm running out a little bit of a time here. So, this one says 5 ways to overcome mental exhaustion. I wanted to get to this one because it may take up the last little bit of time I have here today on the show. And this was very important because it kind of gives you ways to... It's been helping me deal with my ways, deal with my issues and my problems. So I figure if it may help me, there may be somebody else out there that it can help as well. Not saying it'll help everyone, but it's definitely helping me. Okay? So, now... People often complain about not having enough time, but they sometimes don't recognize their mental exhaustion. Here are 5 simple tips to recharge mentally that don't require much of a commitment or the use of energy you don't have. 1, spot small opportunities to rest your mind. So, like many people, I'm so sorry I didn't give you all this website. Dang. This is from Psychology Today, and it's from Alice Boyes with a PhD. So, let me say that. Now, spot small opportunities to rest your mind. That's number 1. Like many people, whenever I have a spare second, for example, waiting in line at the supermarket, you'll find me clicking around on my phone. I like to do this except when I'm feeling mentally exhausted. If I know I need to rest my mind, I'll use those little spaces of time to do some mindful light. This is usually as simple as just feeling the physical sensation of my body standing, and doing some slow breathing. You can pay attention to any physical sensation, for example, the feeling of your feet making contact with the ground, or the positioning of your hips or shoulders. This is mindfulness for real life, and it doesn't need to be complicated. Just sit there, take a second and actually, how do I say this? Instead of trying to make your brain focus on pulling out your phone, or focus on looking at the next person, or focus on this, take time to feel things around you. Take time to just be like, I'm standing here. Okay. Oh, my feet hit the ground pretty hard. Don't overthink too much. You know what I mean? Some people will be standing on, like, while I'm in line here, I'm going to go pay a bill. Fuck that bill for right now. Sit in this line. Relax. Take care of that bill when you get back home. You know what I mean? Like, calm down. It'll be okay. Give yourself time to actually have those moments to yourself. Even if it's for the smallest second, it still counts. It still counts. Reduce excess sensory input or go monosensory. So take a break from excess light and noise. Spend a few minutes sitting in a dark, silent room and notice how relaxing it is. Like for me on that one, sometimes I'll just sit down. I'll turn off all the electronics. And I may get the tablet out, or I may get a book out, but one of those I'm going to be reading on. Just do some little minor reading, right? Because I just have to worry about looking and reading. Simple as that. I don't want to play the game. I don't want to watch TV. I just want to read. I just want to sit down, relax, and read. That comforts me, Or I'll just sit down, and I know it's craziness. I shouldn't do this. But I'll just lay down, and I'll just start thinking about, new ideas, so to say, mainly with the kids. What can I do now? What can I do here? What can I do? And from time to time, I have to remind myself this is what I learned to do, because in that moment, I get to overthink it too much. I'm not really relaxing myself. So I always remember to put myself back on, I call it the highway, right? I'm on a highway, and there's all these thoughts that keep popping up, but they're all little exits. You know what I mean? And I put myself back on the highway. So sometimes I'll just sit there and I'll just picture myself driving on the highway for just miles. Just sitting there driving. That's it. I know it sounds weird and crazy, but it helps. It helps me keep my mind focused on one thing and just kind of like something relaxing and calming. You know what I mean? Take steps to reduce the excess sensory input you encounter in a typical day. For example, wear headphones on the subway, turn off the TV when you're not watching it, use night shift mode on your phone, and or get some blackout curtains. Do whatever will reduce excess unpleasant sensory input in your life. Another option is to put yourself in an environment with only one main type of sensory input. For example, use a white noise app in a dark room. A massage allows you to concentrate on an often ignored type of sensory input, touch, and take a break from the onslaught of noise and light we typically face throughout the day. If you can make it work, Head to a national park for a day or a weekend and do a quiet walk in nature to give yourself a sensory reset. If you can't make it work, then you can use nature sound apps for similar effect. So what it's saying is, sometimes just relax and go to the park. Go take a walk. You don't got a park? We got a nap for that. That's pretty much what it said. Hey, I should be a spokesman for it. We got a nap for that. I'm telling you. Give yourself permission to relax. This is the one that I love the most because you have to, well, it may be the one I love the most. It may be the one I love the most, I believe. Yeah. Now, it says, give yourself permission to relax. If you got a lot going on and your to-do list is never ending, it's easy to feel like you always should be doing something. When you're relaxing, allow yourself to enjoy it. There's no need to feel guilty for what you enjoy and find relaxing. For example, sometimes I'll just be sitting there listening to music and, I'm relaxed, I'm all good to go. And then all of a sudden, I'll remember something that I need to do and I'll feel bad that I'm not doing that instead of relaxing. I feel so bad. What I had to realize is I enjoy time to myself. I do. And if I can't enjoy time to myself to simply relax, what's going on? You know what I mean? What's going on? I should really be wondering about that. Part of being an adult is knowing yourself well and knowing what you find genuinely relaxing, comforting, and sustaining. If what you enjoy is looking at your Facebook feed, allow yourself to enjoy that. Likewise, comfort eating is fine. Only comfort overeating isn't. I like that they say overeating isn't fine because I definitely comfort eat, but I don't overeat. Allow yourself to quietly enjoy the simple pleasures in your life, and if that's peanut butter on toast, so be it. For me, it's strawberry ice cream with nacho cheese Doritos. Don't knock me till you try it. Stop being unrealistic about how much you can get done. That's a tie between these two. That's why I said, I don't know. In the modern world, many of us just never get anywhere near the bottom of our to-do list. They're never ending. Just accepting that you'll never get done all the things that you could be doing can be immensely freeing. Remind yourself, in a world full of opportunity, there are always opportunities to do more and achieve more. This is a positive overall, since if you can't do something today, chances are another comparable or better opportunity will come along, which is great to hear. So stop trying to rush and get it all done out the way. Sometimes if it's not meant to be, it's not meant to be. You see what happened when you rush certain situations, it turns to shit? It's because you wasn't meant to be there anyway. You wasn't meant to be there anyway. Prioritize the types of work that are an investment. So some types of effort pay dividends well beyond the initial effort you put in. For example, finding a more efficient way to do something or setting up an automatic investment. If you prioritize these types of activities, you'll set yourself up to have more spare mental and physical energy over time. So all in all, we feel like we may not have a way to deal with things. We may not have a way to take care of some issues or whatever the case may be. But all in all, do you know that we as adults need time to reset as well? Just because we've been there and we're grown and we're adults and we don't need to worry about this or worry about that, like some things we do need to worry about. We don't may not need to worry about them today, but it can affect us tomorrow, right? One of the biggest things I'm learning is to stop trying to eat everything on my plate at the same time. I used to be very good at this where I would just eat it, one thing at a time, right? Stop crossing over. Check off one thing off the list. And when I say stop eating everything on my plate at the same time, stop trying to solve all my problems simultaneously, one at a time. Because when I learn to start attacking the problems one at a time, whether they're big or small, I get a better outcome, right? So I'm learning again how to better tackle that situation because I felt like I got so good at it that I can solve one problem over here while I'm dealing with the problem across the way, which means like I can eat some of that macaroni and them yams at the same time. They're just going to go fire together. But I have to go back and reset and learn that. Let me go ahead and eat the yams by themselves, enjoy that, then come to the mac and cheese and enjoy that too. Then go over to the dressing, to the, you know where I'm going with this. But I'll have to learn to stop trying to look at the list and solve a list and start solving every item on the list, So I'm doing that again and I'm going through that process of learning it again. And, it's a tougher road than it was the first time. And I know why. I got comfortable. So I'm working on that. Like I say, mentally, like I may not be in the mood to talk every day, We can talk all day one day, and the next day I may just say fuck it and may not say anything to you. No offense to you. No offense to you at all. But it's just how I'm feeling at the moment. And again, if you haven't heard it before, I'm going to tell you again. I am in a selfish era. I'm taking care of me right now. So some things that if I feel like I need to do it, I'm going to just do it. I don't need your permission to. I don't need to let you know. I'll tell you when I talk to you again what happened. But whether you believe it or not, or whether you take that or not, it's completely up to you. But right now I'm in a selfish era. That it's all about me. And whatever I want to do, I'm going to do. Simple as that. All right. Well, thank y'all again for coming out, listening to me again on this wonderful, wonderful Wednesday evening. Again, man, I'm telling y'all, learn to get your co-parenting under control. Because that will take a lot of mental weight off of you to put you in a better position. Because if you're anything like me and you worry about your kids a lot, I'm telling you, get that co-parenting out the way and you'll be golden. You ain't got to worry about nothing. Other than that, make sure y'all follow me on the socials and everything. Take care of y'all mental. Like I say every single week, man, it's okay to ask for help. Black men, y'all my brothers, man. And I'm telling y'all right now, we got to ask for help, man. I used to be in a position where I didn't want to, but look at me now. I talk about it every single week because I see that I need to, you know, and I'm just here to help. You don't know how to talk to nobody else? Call me. Hit me up. DM me. Anything you need to. Facebook Messenger, video call, whatever. I got you. Because I don't care if it's the smallest thing, but if it's going to help you stay here one more day, if it's going to help you get past it for another day or two, call me. I'll be there to talk to you. Y'all have a good one, though. Don't forget to follow me on the socials. TikTok is Juss Quanni 23. Instagram and Twitter is also Juss Quanni. Facebook is Marquan Thomas or Quan Facebook Jail Thomas because I'm in Facebook jail so much. I've been doing a good job lately, though. You also got Choose Your Character, which is the business page, so you can definitely go ahead and like, subscribe, and share all of that. YouTube is Juss Quanni as well. I don't think I've left anything out on Instagram or Twitter is Quanni702. Oh, I gave y'all the Twitter to, well, y'all enjoy what y'all see. It doesn't matter. But I'll catch y'all next Wednesday, of course. Take care of y'all selves. Peace, love, and hair grease. I'll catch y'all next week.